the camera has got a history. You remember, Koko, only 2 decades ago,
right?
When you looked this sharp, you didn't have to go out in the community and look for photo.
Yes.
So grabbing somebody in the virtual was something that was pre-announced and premeditated.
Right.
And those times we didn't have leaks like sex leaks and leaks of documents and all that. And it was difficult to cheat the system in terms of exams.
Right.
Because if you had access to the papers, how would you get a replica? Would you go and look for photo to come in there to snap? It was difficult. So with the growth of technology, the shrinking of the camera, at first, if you had to do a program like this, you would need an OB van and a lot of other things. And today, one reporter can have one backpack and still give you live reportage. So technology has shrunk the camera, so it becomes much easier for people to start. And in a line of work, your tie could be a camera, your watch could be a camera, your ring could be a camera. Your pair of spectacles could be a camera. Your belt, you buckle your belt, but then you can use that as a camera as well. So for you to have gone to the Jubilee House, I don't know under what circumstance, and just as I indicated, I go there, and they do the mundane, the regular thing. They would use a garret to search you and all that. So I don't know how somebody could sneak in with a mobile phone, unless maybe the person in question is a regular staff of the Jubilee House. Then there's no need for you to undergo screening all the time. But for a visitor to go in there with a camera, that raises a lot of suspicions about how we take care of the president and also take care of the security of the seat of government. And in one of the classes I lectured, senior security people, somebody told me at a point in time, you could go through layers of checkpoints within the Jubilee House with a gun. He just wanted to test the system. And today you can go into the Parliament House, go to the gallery with a gun. You can go to the Jubilee House with a gun. So I believe it is important, even though the man of God is looking at this from the spiritual realm, so to speak, it's important we do more to protect His Excellency the President.
So let's move away from the presidency, because that's not the only thing to protect. Every soul, every individual in this country is very important. This is how, yes, we'll hold the presidency in high esteem. My point is, first of all, let's look at recording you when we're having a conversation. First of all, do I have to alert you that I'm about to record this conversation? If I don't, is there any law that could be used against me? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, of course. Secret recording is wrong, according to our laws. That is why up to this time, you know, one of my clients was the former GFA boss, and I went to the health and trying to delegitimize secret recording. But anti-corruption agents and agencies will tell you, if we don't catch you in the act and we come out and say Koko is corrupt, nobody will believe us. But if you want to record the person in the act, record them in their natural habitat. Don't frame them. Don't bait them. Don't lead them on. Let it be a natural process. Then you can record. We have operatives as well that may go undercover to get footage for us.
I wanted to come to that.
Yes. But then to deliberately frame somebody up, that is contrary to the law. That was why judges that were caught up in the web, that was why many of them were contesting this using the law. It is wrong to record a person without giving them a prior notice, especially when you lure them into a criminal act or an illegal act.
Well, again, my question then is, well, is illegal. And where lies the investigative journalism in there? Because that has to, you have to deploy the entrapment, if you like, tactics, where then you put the camera there. Again, for some of these issues that came up, judges were not supposed to have visitors, especially when it's linked to a case that you are handling. That's one of the things. In some instances, you know, it's clear that you do not entertain them at your private residence.
Yes.
So once the person calls on you privately, you can sack the person. You have the right to sack the person and say, no, meet me in my chambers in the presence of my secretary and all these other ones.
Every profession, Koko, has got ethos or ethics.
Right.
And sometimes, as human as we are, we slip. Because if you are a judge, part of a juror or a jury sitting on a case, there should be no interface between you and the subjects involved. But this is Ghana. If they don't even come to you directly, they would do so indirectly. In the case of the body of evidence that was gathered against the judges, those people were secondary people, secondary actors, acting on behalf of the investigator, involving some other case. So it would have been very difficult for them to have read between the lines to say that, okay, the ethics of the bench would say that I should have no contact with you whatsoever. They were framed up, and we are told in some cases the goats and sheep that were given were actually taken there for the cameras, for the pictures, and then taken away. And so much as I'm against corruption, I think secret recording is something we need to look at as a people. Because if someone else is recorded today and you gloat over it, next time it could be you.
All right. So